Okay, so the scenario is that Carolyn has been with our company for about a year or 18 months, and she does really great work, but the work is tedious. It's a lot of data entry types of things, and she seems a little distracted and unmotivated. So we're just having a regular one-on-one, but because Carolyn's a good employee, I want to make sure there's nothing going on and keep her focused. So here we go. So hi, Carolyn. How's your week going?
It's going pretty well so far.
Great. Um, so, we have another big data entry project coming up next month, and I just wanted to touch base with you a little bit and make sure we're prepared for it. We had that really kind of big mistake that happened in the middle of it, and I know you caught it right away and you came to me about it. But I just want to make sure that we're all really focused on it, because that kind of error can cause trouble. And I do want to tell you, though, that I appreciate that you came to me with it really quickly. Taking ownership of that is really important. So I do appreciate that. So I just wanted to ask you, is there anything that's kind of distracting you from work or impacting your focus? Because that was kind of an unusual thing to happen with you.
I'm not sure. Sometimes I just have a hard time staying focused and then I lose my motivation.
Yeah.
So I make mistakes when I'm not paying attention.
Yeah, I think we all do that. Um, Let me ask you a question. I know that these data entry things are pretty tedious and boring. If you could do anything at all in the company, like if you could create your own job, what would you really want to do?
Well, I see other groups working on projects and they look like they're having a good time. And I've noticed the marketing team and I wouldn't mind working with them and their social media posts that they do and
Hmm.
create, it looks like a lot of fun. A little more interesting than just the data entry piece.
Sure. So I've noticed you on social media a couple times. Is that what you're doing? Or are you just checking out what our marketing team is up to?
Mostly, yes.
Mostly, yeah, a little bit of a distraction, right? So you know that this data that we're mining with all of these tedious projects are actually really important for the marketing team, because they use a lot of that information in their research. So maybe we can brainstorm. Maybe there's a way that you can, since you see this data as you're working with it, maybe there's a point of view that's different that could be beneficial to them. So maybe we can come up with a couple of projects for you that would give you something else to look forward to besides all of the tedious stuff, and maybe broaden your horizons a little bit.
I
Um,
would like that a lot.
yeah. So what I'm thinking is, clearly we need somebody to do the menial stuff. So I don't want you to be the only person who I can trust to do that, but I do need to develop somebody else to help with that. Since you're the one who's in the nuts and bolts of the work, I think that you're a good person to help develop a training program of some sort, and we can work on what that might look like. Um, but I think that you would be a good person to help do some training, figure out how we can get the training done, maybe work on writing a manual if we need it. So I think that could be a first step of sort of getting you a little more things to do out there that's just tying into your talents a little more.
Hmm.
Um, is that something that interests you? Do you think you might like to try some training?
Yeah,
Something?
I think that sounds great. I'm all for training other people to.
Okay. So we'll do that. And then I'm going to reach out to the marketing director to see if there's anything that she can think of that she might find useful for that part of the project, where we're trying to find things from the data stream that would help her out. I would love it if you could work directly with the marketing team. So I'll partner with her and see if she can help figure out if there's a role that'll bridge our two departments a little better.
That sounds fantastic.
Yeah, yeah. And I think that even if she feels like she doesn't really have a place for you, I feel like we can go somewhere with this, um, to help not only develop you, but maybe get a little bit more information for the company. So we'll work on that. Hopefully we can get her buy-in with it and she'll partner with us. But even if she doesn't feel like she can take that onto her plate right now, we'll make sure to still get a nice report together so we can show what our data can do.
Okay.
Um, so I think that this is a good plan because you still need to get the job done, but I think that this will maybe help give you something to look forward to, um, so that getting through the project you have something a little more fun to do.
Hmm.
So let's set the goal. First, we'll get some training in place and find the right candidate to take on some of your work. In the meantime, you can be rolling around the marketing piece and how we can sort of tie our data into the marketing piece. How do you feel about that?
I'm all for it. Sounds great.
Okay. Um, So let's do this. On our regular one-on-ones going forward, we'll do our regular project planning that we have to do, but we'll also tie in the element for these new projects that we're setting up for you. And we'll include that into our regular planning sessions. But I'm thinking that maybe let's put in, like 30 or 90 days from now, another meeting, or I should say 30 or 60 days, where we kind of touch base and see if these goals, these projects that we're setting up are working out for you as far as something to develop you, and see if it's opening up any new thoughts of where you might like to go. You may find out that you really like developing training manuals and products, and that's something you're interested in, or maybe you do become more involved in marketing and go in that direction. Or maybe you find you like crunching numbers and, this is really what you want to do, but you want to open up this role a little bit more. So um, we can incorporate maybe some bigger picture, what does Carolyn want to do with her, with her life, into some of our conversations, and try and take a bigger picture approach as well.
Yeah, that sounds great. And just being able to have that opportunity to dabble a little bit in a few areas and see what I might like and what if I don't care for it. And I think that sounds great. And thank
Awesome.
you very much for.
Awesome. Is there anything else right now that you can think of, like that I can help you with, or thoughts about this that we're talking about right now?
Not right now. I may come up with something later after
Sure.
I
Yeah,
get back to my desk and as you replay things through your mind, I might come up with some more questions, but
I'm hoping so. I'm looking forward to it. This is kind of exciting to me. I know we sort of brainstormed this off the cuff, but I think that we have something that could work well for you. I really value you as an employee, and I don't want you to get bored or distracted or feel like you have no future here. So anything that I can do for you to help you feel more engaged in your role or develop or where you want to go, anything I can help you with, I'm all for it. So I'm exciting. I think that you're a great person to train other people, and I think that you could definitely benefit the marketing department as well. So I like where this is going.
well, great. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Well, have a great week, and certainly let me know if you have any other thoughts. We can definitely go over them, and we'll touch base again next week.
Okay, sounds great.
All right. Have a great day.
Thanks, you too.
Thank you. Bye now.
Bye.
All right.